Here's your top 2 at 2 on Wisconsin's Midday News.
Number 1, the Trump administration responds to a federal judge's order that it pay out SNAP food assistance benefits immediately despite the government shutdown. ABC national correspondent Stephen Portnoy has the important details today.
In a filing entered just before Judge John McConnell's noontime deadline, the Trump administration said it would begin using a contingency fund to pay out partial SNAP benefits. Officials now say that fund has only about $4.5 billion left in it, enough to pay just half of November's need. The USDA, which administers SNAP, says it will immediately begin advising states about the reduced payout, but an agency official warns the court that adjusting the state's systems to account for it could take weeks, if not months.
Yeah, weeks, if not months. I mean, this was one of those things, even on Friday, when the two judges, kind of at the same time, brought down these orders. It was like, okay, even if the Trump administration says yes to this, which now, today, that's the new news, that today it's saying, okay, we will respond to this. You don't just press a button and all of a sudden they get their benefits. So this is a big deal for a lot of families. In fact, SNAP is known as FoodShare here in Wisconsin. Nearly 700,000 people in our state rely on those benefits.
Yeah, number 2, senators back on Capitol Hill today, but no sign that the government shutdown will end before setting a record for the longest shutdown in U.S. history. If you're traveling this week, you might experience longer than usual wait times trying to get through security. More from ABC News transportation correspondent Gio Benitez.
Major delays in Newark, San Francisco, and Austin, too, as TSA officers and air traffic controllers call out sick among the roughly 1.4 million federal workers forced to go without pay. At one point in the New York area, 80% of ATC workers called out.
Yeah, staggering number there. And there are staffing shortages in other major airports throughout the country, like Atlanta, Chicago, Seattle, and Miami. And it's worth bringing up for travelers that like to use Milwaukee, Mitchell International, because if you do, you're likely traveling through one of these cities. Now, granted, you've been through the screening process, so it shouldn't be a big deal, but your return home could be perhaps even more compromised. No signs of significant issues here in Milwaukee, but some major hubs here around the country. You're starting to see some longer times than usual getting through.
My husband flew down to Atlanta, ATL, last night, and I did ask him, because I know Atlanta has definitely seen some issues. I asked him if he experienced anything different, and he said not anything different than usual. Now, Atlanta is always very busy, but he also flew out at kind of an odd time on a Sunday night. I think his flight left. I dropped him off a little bit after 4, so his flight was a little bit after 5. So I think that probably played into it a little bit, that it was a Sunday night flight, because ATL is experiencing issues.
Yeah, definitely. Very busy airport. 2:14 on WTMJ.